Hey folks, let me talk to you real quick today about a feeling that I get sometimes. If you have a family at home, these are for the people with families. I mean, anybody can listen to it, please do. You know, subscribe, share, all that good, whatever. Follow me, share it. This is for everybody that has a family at home. You know, if you're a husband, you got a wife and kids at home. If your wife, husband, and kid, you know, sometimes the husband stays home and the wife works, or they both have to work these days just to make ends meet. But anyway, my thing is, how many of you, and I hope it's not just me, that when times start getting a little hard and you're struggling and you feel like in the family you're in that you're alone doing this, right? Now, I'm not saying I'm alone and trying to figure out how to make ends meet in my family. I'm not. You know, my wife, you know, she works at it too. But is it just narcissistic of me to think that it's hard? Am I the only one that thinks that I'm alone trying to make ends meet sometimes? I mean, husbands, do you feel sometimes that your wife's just not trying to help enough? You know, I'm not saying mine's not. I hope you know what I understand. Wives, do you think your husband's not doing a good enough job to make ends meet? You know, what do you guys think? I think personally, it's probably just some sort of narcissistic behavior I have somewhere inside me that when things get tough financially, my brain works so fast trying to figure out how to make the money to pay stuff. You know, and I got 100 ideas, none of them seem to work, but my brain works so much that maybe I can't see how hard she's trying also, because I have to bring stuff up to my wife and say, hey, let's try this before she thinks about it. Now, I'm not saying she's not thinking about something else to try. She don't throw it out to me too often, and I don't know why. Maybe because she thinks it won't work, you know. And I think everything is worth a shot as long as it's not a scam. You know, scams are abundant these days. You got to be careful with them scams. You know, if anybody says I'm not here to be a gatekeeper, they're going to charge you money for something done in that video. All right. Anybody that says they're not going to gatekeep, yeah, they're going to make you pay for it. They're going to gatekeep. Scam. That's a scam right off the top. So, you know, online, most of the stuff I see online scams. But anyway, back to it. My brain just works in a way that the way I think about money is different than my wife's thinking about money. Mine is how to make it. You know, and I'm sure my wife says, where's it going to come from so we can pay these bills? You know, and I'm sure her brain's going her mile an hour too. Is it just because some of us can't see that we think we're the only ones pulling the weight? I mean, I need to help her. I'm not going to pay for a psychiatrist, so you guys help me out here. How's it work for you guys? Do you feel like you're the only one pulling the weight? Does your spouse level up, you know, 50-50? How do you feel? Husband or wife, I don't care, either or. How do you guys feel about it? Hey, let me know. Have a great afternoon.